How's it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store is running a bunch of sales right now. We've done deals under 5, deals under 10, with the July deals and the games under $15 sale running right now. Now we're gonna remove any budget restrictions, and we're just gonna look at some of the more expensive deals. Honestly, some of these are still on the cheaper end of things, but some do get a little bit pricier. So without further ado, let's get right into it, and let's start things off with Assassin's Creed the Ezio collection. Now, this is getting added to PlayStation Plus Extra, so bear that in mind, but if you want to own the trilogy, this is a great deal. Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and Assassin's Creed Revelations are 3 very good games. Assassin's Creed 2 to a lot of people is the best Assassin's Creed game of all time. Brotherhood is really good as well. Brotherhood is very much on the easier side. I mean, all the Assassin's Creed games are relatively easy, all things considered, but Brotherhood was like very, very easy, but it was still enjoyable. Revelations is pretty good as well. Maybe some people thought Ezio was overstaying his welcome a little bit, but the inclusion of Altair, I thought, spiced it up a little bit, and overall, you know, everybody loves Ezio as a character, and if you never played the Ezio trilogy, definitely go back and check it out. Next up, we have the Metro Saga bundle, 75% off for $14.99. In our Games Under 10 video, I did recommend the Metro Redux collection, but I also made to mention that the Saga bundle is a great deal as well. This gets you 2033 Redux, Last Light Redux, just like the Redux bundle. However, it also gets you Metro Exodus Gold Edition on top of that, the 3rd Metro game, and it's the Gold Edition with the Season Pass, the DLC. That is a fantastic deal. Very atmospheric, very narrative-driven first-person shooters. Obviously, no multiplayer aspect to them, but they are enjoyable games that aren't super lengthy, but have a decent bit of length to them, and sometimes you just want a solid campaign to get into, you want to immerse yourself into it, and then you want to be done with it, and I feel like Metro did a rather good job with that. Exodus is also upgraded for the PlayStation 5, looks very good on there. I really should say plays really good on there. But the Saga bundle for $15 is a great buy, and I would highly recommend it. Play these games chronologically, like start with 2033, then play Last Light, play Exodus. I would probably say Last Light is my favorite game, but they're all fairly good. I know some people that don't think as highly of Exodus as the other two, but I thought Exodus was pretty darn good as well. $15 for all 3, think that's a great pickup. Alright, next up, Resident Evil 2, 60% off for $16. I mean, it goes without saying, this recently also got upgraded for PlayStation 5, and it is a fantastic upgrade. Resident Evil 2 was just a tremendous remake. It's really like the benchmark for how remakes should be done. If you want to do a true one-to-one remake, and, you know, something not like the FF7 remake or anything like that, but Resident Evil 2 was a damn good job at doing that, and it's a great game. Like, I didn't have that much nostalgic attachment towards the OG Resident Evil 2, but man, this game I really enjoyed. Looked fantastic, played great. Yes, Resident Evil is never going to be the lengthiest experiences in the world. However, they are very good for the time that you get out of them. You got 2 campaigns to go through, and yeah, just a great remake. If you've yet to play RE2, you know, remedy that ASAP. Pick it up for $16. It's not going to get much cheaper than this. $16 has been the price it has settled in for a long time. And bear in mind, RE2 initially came out back in early 2019, so it's been quite a while. Just pick it up at this price. I think it's a good deal. Next up, we have Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, the Deluxe Edition, 70% off for $15. Now, we have seen the base game discounted a little bit more. I believe the base game has been as cheap as like $9, so just keep that in mind. If the Deluxe Edition content really doesn't win you over, and it's nothing too crazy, you get a couple skins, a digital art book, and a director's cut behind-the-scenes videos. Like, I always like the behind-the-scenes videos, and the making of and stuff, but I know not everybody is going to be into watching stuff like that. However, Jedi Fallen Order as a game itself is really good. My one complaint with this game was the map, but that aside, combat's great, visuals are great, upgraded for PS5, plays great on there as well, story's solid. I thought Cal as a main character, I liked him a lot more than a lot of people, and, you know, I'm interested to see. I'm actually getting more and more into Star Wars recently. I just had a couple boys over and we watched the first 2 Star Wars movies, so yes. I am a little bit late to the party, but I'm getting a little bit more into Star Wars as a whole. And I know all you guys are gonna be like, yeah, you gotta watch Boba Fett on Disney Plus, you gotta watch Mandalorian, you gotta watch XYZ. One at a time, let me go through both the trilogies. Maybe we'll even watch the new trilogy, but I am getting more into Star Wars, and I can definitely see why people like it. I'm definitely enjoying that, but Jedi Fallen Order was really the first Star Wars piece of media that I was getting super into, although, you know, I played KOTOR, I played some of those other games, but Jedi Fallen Order I really enjoyed. I did also watch Rogue One back when it came out in theaters, but nonetheless, really enjoyed Jedi Fallen Order and would recommend it at $15. I think that's a great price. Alright, moving on from that, we have Tomb Raider Definitive Survivor Trilogy. This includes Tomb Raider 2013, the remastered version on PS4, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Tomb Raider or I should say Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the third game. All three games are rather good. I've said it before, but Rise of the Tomb Raider is my favorite for sure. I thought that game had all the quality elements from a narrative standpoint, but also really did refine the gameplay from Tomb Raider 2013. Shadow of the Tomb Raider kind of falters from a story standpoint, however, a lot of the gameplay elements are rather strong. And Tomb Raider 2013, I thought, was a pretty solid, you know, soft reboot of the franchise and telling Lara's origin story, and I really enjoyed it. It's a rather short game, but a very good game in its own right. To get all three for $19.99, I think is a great pickup, and I would strongly recommend it. Definitely go check that out if you've never played any of the Tomb Raider games. I think it's a quality pickup. Next up, we have Neo, The World Ends With You, 50% off for $29.99. Man, this is a game that I always want to go to bat for. Yes, it's super pricey. I mean, we're talking about a game that, when it came out, it's definitely been close to a year. It came out July 27th of 2021, so it's almost been a year since this game has come out. Still at the $29.99 price point, which is that the most egregious thing in the world? Like, a game being a year old and you're getting it 50% off? I guess, you know, sometimes we look at the Ubisoft games and they're getting so cheap right after release that, you know, you want to apply that to all other games. Neo, The World Ends With You has held up in price point. It's a fantastic JRPG. From a soundtrack standpoint, and you kind of have to mention this first when you talk about World Ends With You in general, it's a complete slam dunk. I thought the cast of characters were great. Story was solid, gameplay I thought was very good, and, you know, I would recommend you to play World Ends With You from 2008 or the remastered version. It's available on phones, it's available on Nintendo Switch. I know it's not the easiest thing to access if you only have a PlayStation, but even still, if you don't want to play that, there is an anime available as well, or if you just want to jump into Neo, The World Ends With You, you can do that as well. It's just a great game, would highly recommend it. Unfortunately, it seems like this game didn't do, you know, home run numbers commercially, but, hopefully over time, you know, people check it out, and it's one of those games that, over time, does sell better, and we do get another title. Don't know how likely that's going to be, but there is a demo available as well, so if you want to check that out, you can play that, see how you like it, and then you can buy the full game if you do enjoy that. Alright, moving on from that, we have Borderlands Legendary Collection. This includes Borderlands 1 and then the Handsome Collection as well, so you're getting a ton of content for your money. Like, even if you don't have friends to play Borderlands with, I still think it's a great time. Like, I completed Borderlands from 2009 solo, completed Borderlands 2 solo. Pre-sequel, I only completed that with a group of friends, but nonetheless, I played through 2009 and Borderlands 2 solo, and I had a great time with those games. The humor to me in Borderlands from, you know, Borderlands 3, I thought it was great. I think Borderlands 1 is a game that holds up really well. I still think the gameplay loop is addicting as all hell, and Borderlands 2 is a game that I'm planning on revisiting here soon, but, you know, a lot of other games to play at this point. But if you never gave Borderlands a shot, definitely give it a chance. Handsome Collection is available in the PlayStation Plus Premium, the top subscription service, so I know not all of you are subscribed to that. This collection for $19.99 I think is great, though, and would give it a strong recommendation. Alright, next up, we got Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age, 50% off for $24.99, also available in Plus Extra if you want to play it that way. You know, $25 is a pricey, you know, is pretty pricey, so if you want to subscribe to that, feel free. $25 for this, however, from a content standpoint and how much longevity you're going to get out of it is quite good. You know, I wasn't a big fan of the FF12 main character. I've been pretty vocal about that. That's my one qualm with, that's my one shortcoming with FF12, but, other than that, I think this game is great. I think the gameplay style, yes, back in 06, I know a lot of people were complaining about it, but I feel like now to a 2022 audience, you can get into the gameplay, and it's an addicting gameplay loop. I thought the LP system was well done. I think, you know, overall, it's just a high-quality game. Soundtrack is really good. Story's pretty good. And again, a lot of content to the game as well. The Zodiac Age also includes quite a few upgrades as well. And if you're looking for a quality JRPG, this is a good one to check out. Speaking of quality JRPGs, Persona 5 Royal, 60% off for $24. Obviously, this is a great deal. I feel like I don't really have to sell this to people anymore. I mean, either you've played this game or you've just been living under a rock, or you're just so against JRPGs that you're not going to pick it up. But it's a tremendous game, significant upgrade from Persona 5. If you've never played Persona 5 at all, just get the Royal version. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but it's well worth your time and money. And when I say time, you're going to be sinking a lot of hours into this if you do want to do everything, so just bear that in mind as well. But great story, art style is fantastic, another game with a tremendous soundtrack. $24 is a great pickup for this. And then lastly, do want to give a shout to Odin Sphere Leifthrasir. I have become such a big Vanillaware fan, more so recently. I just did another playthrough of 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, and that game's tremendous. Odin Sphere was kind of their breakout game, and I believe it was one of their first games. Don't quote me on that, but it was a great game, and back in the PS2 era, it was very well received. This version is refined, updates the visuals and everything like that. It's just a great action RPG, a pretty solid story here as well, and this is one game that has been holding up in price, but $15 I think is a perfect price point for it, and I would definitely give it a shot here, especially, you know, if you've played some of the other Vanillaware titles and you enjoyed, or you just like the art style and you think this is something you'd enjoy from an aesthetic standpoint, I think you're going to overall enjoy the game as well. 15 bucks I think is a great price. So that is going to do it for me. Again, links to all of the deals in the description box below. I know, I've been reading the comments, I know what you guys are saying, you know, cover some games that you don't mention a lot. Try to do that, had some things going on. I'm gonna try to play some of these lower key titles that you guys constantly want me to talk more variety on these games, and I definitely understand that. I know some of you guys also have never played these games, and every time I do a video like this, I'm introducing these games to a new audience, but I do understand it can get a little bit redundant for those of you that have been watching my videos for a long time. No promises, you know, I'm really bad with promises when it comes to the content I make, but I definitely have taken a mental note of that, and I'll try to remedy that as soon as possible. But that's gonna do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.